All right, man. It's your boy Trey. Well, let's just talk motivation with K. And E isn't here.
I know. It's sad.
Unfortunately, she wasn't motivated. Um,
That's not true. She was so motivated that she took a vacation and she's
that's
having
messed
so
up. Yo, you definitely came through with supporting her. She was so motivated that she took a vacation. That sounded real good. That sounded contradictory, but that sounded really good at the same time. Like
contradictory, Trey. You know what? She's doing something for herself,
that's true. That's true.
and that is motivation. She's been working on that.
That's true. That's true. And you know what? She has. Wow, I didn't even think about that. Shout
Yeah.
out to you, man. Like, so she really has. Like, we told her to do something for herself, pace,
And she did. She said no to you. She said,
and
no, I'm
no
not
to
coming.
me. You know what? That's kind of messed up.
It's
Okay.
not though.
I
That's what
didn't,
I told her to do.
I didn't mean to do that to me. I meant to do that to everybody else. I did not mean to do that to me. But, but you know what? You make a good point. Wow, that actually is a really good point. She did say no to me.
She did. Yeah, she said no to something that she loves to do because she loves these groups.
She loves
She's
it.
mentioned that before.
Yeah.
To do something else that she loved. And so
That's
she didn't overbook herself. She didn't like over prioritize like other people and stuff.
wow.
And she something check.
Yo, he's saying it's too long. Yo,
Jack, don't have on the computer, boy.
yo. Jack,
Jack.
don't do it, Jack.
Okay, come here.
I
Come sit on my
cannot.
lap. All right, not on the computer, but
I cannot. Yo, I cannot. Yo, he about to look right at me and go, he gonna stick his tongue out. One day, Jack gonna go, I'm trying to tell you.
one day he will.
Didn't you have a picture of a cat that did that? Did you show me like a cat that did that?
Yeah.
What was another cat that did? I thought you showed me because I know you had a cat that had a thumb, but like, yeah, I know you remember that one, but I thought you had a cat that went or something like that. I was like, what the
Yeah,
heck?
I think I caught a picture of one of my cats doing that.
I was like, what the
Yeah.
heck is going on? But I agree. I agree. I agree. E did what she needed to do.
She did.
You know what I'm saying? She took the time, and I respect that. E, I respect that. You said no to me. It's cool. Um, but how has your week been? How's your week been? Let's talk about it for a minute. The
My
good, the bad,
week,
the ugly.
my week has been good. My week
Mm,
has been good.
hmm.
Um, it's been busy, but it's been good.
Okay. The best part.
Ooh, what's the best part? I think honestly, like something that really made my day or
Yeah.
made my week
Yeah.
was well, yesterday I did my posh show and then like uh my posh show mentor,
You have a
Rose.
mentor?
Yeah, Rose Ruby. She's my mentor.
Wow.
The lady I've been telling you about.
You're
She called me
you're in
after
this thing.
she called me after my show. You know,
Wow.
like she helped me with it and she called me after my show and she like just poured into me and was like, "I'm so proud of you. Like you did so good." Like,
Wow.
you know, she just told me all this stuff that like made me feel really good. Like
Wow.
she's like she's like, "You're doing this. You're getting
Wow.
you like you're getting there. You're gonna be a pro soon. Like, you know, just keep doing it." Like, um, and what else did she say? Like, this was actually kind of the most inspiring thing to me. She's like, keep doing it. She's like, keep doing it. Keep being you. Like, she's like, don't let anybody get you down. She's like, if anybody doesn't like you, it's on them. It's not on you. Like,
People don't like people on Poshmark?
there can be negative people. There's negative people everywhere, Trey.
Everywhere. Yeah, that's so
You'll find
true.
negative people everywhere.
That's so true.
You'll find people who want to bring people down wherever you go, just because.
Y'all selling stuff. Like what they saying? Man, don't be selling on my block. Don't be selling on my like is that kind of what they
Like that. I mean, kind of, sort of. Like, I mean, it's just kind of like you can sometimes get clicks, you know, kind of get them, you
Oh, they
know.
there's clicks in Poshmark?
I'm sure there are.
Oh,
You can get them,
man,
like you
man,
can. Like,
this is
I mean,
crazy.
it's just easy to do.
Yeah.
People,
High
you
school,
know,
high school.
people
Yeah,
people are people,
yeah,
people will people everywhere.
yeah, 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 yeah. Great. High school,
So, I don't
high school.
know.
Yeah,
I I mean, for the most part, the people that I've hung out with or the people that I have gravitated towards
yeah,
are very positive people. They're
yeah,
people that try to help other people.
yeah,
Like, it's like you, I truly believe that you will find people like that support you and that people that will care for you and people that will. And then there are people that, do try to use you, do all that stuff. You just figure it out. And like you can keep track of those types of things, but also like at the end of the day, I want to make sales for everybody. I don't care who you are. I want to make sales for me. I want to make sales for you. Like that's what the whole point of this is.
yeah,
The whole point of the lives is to like do that kind of stuff. So,
yeah,
and to bring people together. So, I don't know. So I genuinely have fun with that. But she was like, she just said, don't let people get you down,
yeah.
you know? Um, so yeah.
That's dope. That's super dope. You got to
I mean,
bring
I
her,
didn't, yeah, I know. I am trying to get her
bring her
on.
on the entrepreneurship call. Yeah, yeah. You got to bring her
Yeah,
on there.
I am. I am. And
Bring
she
her
actually
on.
she does other stuff too. Like she's got her
Um,
another business as well. So she definitely needs to get on.
bring her
Um I
on. Yeah.
I have talked to her about it before, but um I do actually have another posh person that I told or I think she's following. She said she was following the podcast. She watches them sometimes. So
What?
um
Wow.
yeah. Her name is Holiday. She's
Wow.
cool. She's
Wow.
cool people.
That's dope. That's dope. That's
Yeah. Well,
super
because
dope.
I like I think I mentioned I've mentioned that I do these podcasts
Mm-hmm.
on you know on
Yeah.
Poshmark.
Yeah.
So they know. But
Mm-hmm.
then and since you got Poshmark
Mm-hmm.
and since you use your social media name
Mm-hmm.
on Poshmark, I just tagged you in it and I
Yep.
said I tagged you to try to get you in the show, but also just in case you were, whatever. But
Yeah.
then I was like, listen, this is all his socials. You'll find
Mm-hmm.
the podcast, the full podcast on YouTube at this
Mm-hmm.
thing.
That's dope.
So then I think Holiday followed or subscribed. Or she said she did. I don't know.
Yeah, whether she did it or didn't, it ain't even
Doesn't
about that. Yeah, it's about you and your experience, and
matter.
I just want to capture it. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, but that was cool.
that's dope.
Jack, you need to stop biting me.
Yo, Jack, tell Jack I'm about to call pet control. No,
Jack, this is the ugly part of my week. You biting me.
this is crazy. Oh, that's the worst part of your week.
Ugly
Jack biting you.
part. Jack is biting me
I cannot, man. No,
because he's
what has been what's the worst part? I do want to know that. Yeah. Or the most challenging, if not worse, most
I
challenging.
wouldn't say I think the most challenging is just because there's so much new stuff, right? Well, my apartment complex is being weird. But I don't really want to talk about that, but like I don't know. They're changing rules
Oh
with
wow.
so like
It's
we
affecting
gotta
you, like inside of your apartment?
well I mean they still haven't fixed my sink, so I gotta
Are you
get it.
serious?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's bad business. Yeah, yeah.
And then there's just a lot like and then they're changing rules with parking and different things. So
Mm,
um yeah. So it's just been annoying. There's been annoying things from them. Um
yeah.
but
Hey, but remember you're in control. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Yeah, if they ain't treating you right, hey, you ain't gotta give them your money. Take it somewhere else. After you done with the lease or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey,
Mhm.
do what you gotta do. Because there's always someone better that's willing to take your money.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
They're always willing to take your money.
exactly. Like if they, a lot of people, and again, that goes back to the job. That goes back to all the things we've talked about on this call. Take control. You're in control. Remember
Hmm.
that? Yeah, you in control, man. I don't never let nobody make me feel like I'm not in good. That's a horrible feeling. Actually, shout out to this woman I just met. Dang, I'm trying to get her on the calls. Uh, I really that. Oh, her name is Rain. Yeah, her name is Rain. She's pretty dope. Um, but we were just talking before I hopped on this call, and she's what? I think she said she's 44 now. She
Hmm.
doesn't definitely doesn't look 44, but she told me how she had body dysmorphia and all these different things she was dealing with. I'm trying to get her on the fitness call, but she kind of keep dodging me. But it's cool. But yeah, she told me that she had dealt with body dysmorphia and things of that nature, and she kind of at the age of 40, she just kind of hit the point where she just realized she got to stop giving a care about what people think. She got to stop caring. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, she definitely saw my content. She must. I thought she followed me because of fit. She's like doing fitness stuff, but I was like, I don't post that many fitness things a lot anymore. Even though I do, they're still in the cycle. But
Yeah.
but I
Yeah,
was
we
like,
just was fitness a couple days ago.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So we do. I guess like in terms of IG, because she followed me on IG, because I'd be horrible with IG, but since you don't have control over that,
Right.
yeah, yeah.
Right. Yeah.
That's what I meant. Yeah, yeah. Look at Jack.
Okay.
Why is Jack? Why is he looking like that? Yo,
Like
what's on that leg? What's
he's
that?
showing his foot.
Yo,
He's showing his foot. He's
he's
like
like,
he's like I heard Trey likes to talk about feet. Here you go.
don't do that. Don't do. Oh, yo, I'm gonna snap a picture and send it to E. Keep playing. You don't see little Jack toe fungus. Keep on playing. That's hilarious. But you funny. You funny.
That's the one that showed you.
What the heck was that? He was like he was like this, and then his foot was like it's like what the heck was that? But nah, she was just
Oh,
telling me how like when she hit 40, she was like she was done. She stopped caring about what people think. And she said that she has so much freedom now because of that. And I see it. I definitely see it.
yeah.
Talking to her, she sounds like a woman. I, I ain't gonna lie, she sounds like many divorced women I've talked to.
Oh, are you talking about me?
No, I'm not talking about like well, kinda, but not. But
You mentioned divorce. I don't know. Like,
I
yeah.
don't know why I talk to so many, run into so many divorced women. Why is I'm like, hold on, why I think about it. However, I run into a lot of married women too, and but what she kind of sounds like when I say a divorced woman, what I mean is y'all are typically the thing y'all all have in common. Typically, when I speak with divorced women, one thing I commonly hear amongst all y'all is how your husband, your significant other, had such a chokehold on you. And what I mean by that is like y'all felt like y'all were in cages, like y'all were in bondage, like y'all were held down, like
Mhm.
the potential you had was choked out. He was trying to choke it. He was trying to show you how worthless you were, how sometimes with some of y'all literally back up against the wall, them over you, like how they're bigger than you. Um, in all ways, mentally, physically, emotionally. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
No, I get what you're saying. I, I wouldn't say mine was like that particularly, but I do get
Hmm.
what you're saying.
But you did mention how you felt levels of put down. You were always,
Yeah.
this narcissistic person over you who it was always your fault. You were the problem.
Right.
You
Yeah.
couldn't do certain things. You couldn't walk, talk, wear. You know what I'm saying? Like you would say those things, and
Hmm.
that's what I would hear. And it's like, so then you're always constantly thinking about what is this person thinking about me?
Yeah.
And that's
No, it's true. There is
hmm
always a level of like, what do they think? Um, what do they want? How can I
yeah.
make them
hmm
happy? How can I do this? What can I do for them?
hmm And that's not
That's,
freedom.
yeah.
Freedom, right? I don't care who it is, if it's your husband or if it's your boss, if it's your, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not freedom. thinking about constantly having to consider, think about. You feel like you can't do nothing. Like not that you don't consider, but you
Mhm.
can't. You have no mind of your own. Like you're not an individual. Your individual self has no definition. It's like who is
Yeah.
Kara? You know?
Mhm.
And since you've been divorced, oh, you done went all out. Like you make it known who Kara is. Kara is Kara. Like you have no I have no um confusion on who Kara is now. I don't even
Yeah.
when you tell me about your married life, I'm like, you were lying. I don't even think you were married. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, that couldn't have I'm dead serious. I'm like, that couldn't have been you. Like,
Mhm.
how is that Kara? Like, how was that you? Yeah.
I mean, you can ask my family.
No, I believe you, but it sounds so it's just it's that unbelievable. You know what I'm saying? It's like there's no way, you know? And that's kind of what I see even with this person, Rain. But she's
Mhm.
married. But it's like, but at the same time, I don't know how her marriage is going. Maybe she ain't happy. Maybe she is, like I don't know. And
Yeah. I
and
mean,
so go
I
ahead.
hope I hope she has a good marriage. Like I hope for good marriages for people.
But I don't know, man. Like, and it ain't like I said, it ain't me. But
Mhm.
a lot of women I talk to, yeah, they be either divorced or about to come out of one. I'm like, and then they talk to me and they get out of one. I'm like, oh snap. No, but it's
What
not.
are you
It's
doing? I'm just
nah. It
kidding.
ain't that. It ain't that. It ain't
No,
that.
no, it's good. Actually, you need people who will tell you
Yeah,
like the truth. You really do. Because honestly,
and I tell the
I would
truth.
no, because I would still be in my marriage without a person. Like, look at you flexing.
Oh, you saw that? I was like, you saw that?
You thought I wasn't looking. No, I saw.
I'm just saying. I tell the truth. That's all I'm saying. I tell the truth, and I notice a lot of women and men too are not happy.
Well, yeah, people just like in general.
Yeah.
Uh, you need somebody who will tell you the truth. Um,
Oh,
and sometimes, a person that tells you the truth, they're not always a good person either. They're not always the right person either.
yeah.
Um, I mean, that happened with me,
Mhm.
but I'm still grateful for that person because without that person, and it wasn't just them, there was like a multitude of other people, but without that person specifically, I probably wouldn't have, you know, seen it seen it the way that I did,
Yeah.
and like been opened up. And honestly, I'm just grateful for the time. As much as it sucked being injured and being stuck in the army and being in the place that I was for so long,
Yeah.
like that was hard.
Yeah.
Like that was a really hard time.
Yeah.
Uh, it was also really good for me because it was like a forced separation. Um,
What do you mean forced separation?
well, because I was still in training, so like we couldn't be living together. So I was
Uh,
in the barracks and you know, um, I was in Texas, he was in Minnesota.
yeah.
So it was like basically like a forced separation.
Yeah.
You know how like sometimes people will do the separation before they actually get a divorce? Um, that's kind of what my time in training and in the army was when I was injured um because we couldn't be together at that point.
Yeah.
And so like I mean we would talk on the phone when we could, um, and we would do that, but like and he would come visit sometimes.
Yeah.
But even then it was like there was just those moments where it was just like and my family would say like they're like you just were dejected. Like it wasn't like you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like your spark was gone, right?
Your family told you that?
Mhm.
Wow.
And it's like my spark is back now.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like that's what I mean.
Yeah,
You have this individual conviction of, hey, ain't nobody about to take this spark away from me again. You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
Like, I'm pretty sure your next marriage is gonna be a lot different.
It absolutely will, or it's not happening at all.
or it's not happening. Seriously, do you hear what you're saying? Like, do you hear yourself right now? You. I love it. I love what you're saying. Do you think that do you think that the people that knew you then in the past that you haven't spoken to as this new care, do you think that they would be super shocked if they were to talk to you today? Would they be like, "Wow, like who are you?"
I mean, I think that they're like, I guess it would depend on where they met me.
Mm,
Like, I mean, there was aspects of this, like this Kara
mm,
in me in high school, right? But I was still I did have my insecurities. I did have my
yeah,
like, different things. And as a high schooler, you're still like, growing and learning
yeah,
and
yeah.
a lot of stuff. So, um, I think that they might be shocked. Some of them would be shocked that I got divorced, I think.
Mm.
Um,
Oh, a lot of people thought y'all were good. A lot of people thought y'all were happy.
yeah. Well, yeah, but then also, um, but then also just like even if they didn't know that we like even if they didn't know us together,
Mm,
like just me,
mm,
like as a person, like with my like beliefs,
mm,
like like divorce really wasn't like a thought or an option
mm,
for a long time. Like I stayed in it because like I think I've told you this before, like I stayed in it for a while just because of like religious aspects for a while, you know?
mm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Wow, wow. That's dope. Yeah, I
So
think it's. Go ahead.
yeah, so I think like some people would be shocked like in that regard
Yeah,
as well.
that's
But
super
I
dope.
don't know. I don't know. I feel like I'm still me, but also I'm just more confident in who I am, I guess.
Yeah,
So I think they still recognize me.
yeah. And that's good too, that you never lost your sense of self completely. I don't think anyone really can, but like
Yeah.
you said, you're more confident. You're definitely more confident, definitely more outgoing, definitely more, hey, this is me. This is who I am. This is what you get.
Yeah.
You get Kara, you get this is you getting K, you getting who this is, and nobody's gonna make me feel like I can't express who I am.
Well, and I think like something, that's been nice for me anyways, is like and something that I take back like I've taken back is like um people have always my whole life called me like sweet, you
Mm,
know? I
yeah,
know you're so sweet, you know?
yeah.
Um
And you
and
are.
like I
Hmm.
still get people that tell me that,
And you are.
like
Yeah.
tell me that because I am.
You are. You are.
But
Mhm.
like a lot of times my ex made me feel like that was like a weakness or something bad,
Mm,
you know? Like a bad thing. And like that people were trying to use that to manipulate me. Like that was like how he would like describe it.
mhm,
Um and so like just having I feel like taking that kind of back is like where it's like I've always liked that about myself. Just because I'm sweet or like people label me as sweet doesn't mean that I'm not still strong
I'm still
or
here.
not still, yeah, not still strong or not still ambitious or not still like all these other words. Like sweet isn't a bad thing,
Yeah, exactly.
you know?
Yeah.
I don't,
No,
like you can be sweet and salty.
yeah, yeah. No, you can't. You can. But sweet isn't a. I think people they underestimate it as being a weakness, but it's actually it's a strength.
Can be.
Yeah, like it's a strength because especially when you're not doing it for anybody else's, you know, confirmation or you're not doing it to gain something because that's manipulation.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like manipulation. Okay, there we go. But yeah, it's definitely.
manipulation when you are trying to get something out of it. But when you're just doing it because that's who you are, like no one can harm you because you never wanted anything in the first place.
Yeah.
You get what I'm
Yeah, I get what you're saying. And that's like,
saying?
it's like, I mean, he kind of would try to say, like, people are trying to use me because I'm too
Yeah.
sweet or like I'm too
Hmm.
kind or whatever. But
Yeah.
I'm like, honestly, it's like, I mean, maybe there was times where I was naive and like people would take advantage of my sweetness.
Hmm.
And I think that's something that's like changed maybe now is like I'm
Yeah.
more aware of people's
Yeah.
intentions. But at the same time, that's not going to change who I am or what I
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
because that's not about that. It's like even it's basically like what Rose was saying. Like Rose has told me, like she was like, you're really sweet and you can tell, and people can tell like you're genuine and you're like that you want them to make sales too, and you're trying to make sales for them and you're
Yeah.
trying to do that. And so like people can see that, and some people might take advantage of that or try to, but at the same time, if I see that like, you're trying to take advantage of my time, like I can end the show,
Exactly.
still my
Exactly.
time. Like it's still my time. Like if you like, she does 15-second runs, I do 30-second runs, but there was a person who they said they were learning, so I gave them grace, with they put a 60-second run and I'm like, we're not doing 60-second runs here. So
What
so
are
I
runs? What is just for context? What is like a 60-second run?
so it's like so when you're doing an auction,
Hmm.
it's how long your item stays on the screen for and how long
Mm.
people have to bid on.
Gotcha.
So like it comes down. And so like it just to get through more people's stuff, to get through more items, you do lower times because if it's there for
Gotcha.
a minute, it's a long time. Like 30 seconds even is pretty long. You don't realize how long 30 seconds is until you're exercising or
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
or like doing
No, no, you're right. Yeah.
like 30 seconds doesn't seem like a long time, but it
Man.
can be a long time.
Okay. No, no, you saying it.
And so, like, so I just, you t tell them, and then you're like, okay, well, if you're not going to listen to me, if
Yeah.
you don't like, then I'm skipping your item
Yeah.
like, because that's just rude to
Yeah.
take up my time, like, and all the other people's times that are
Yeah.
waiting behind you. And also,
Right.
don't be like asking for your own item to be run. Um, like we always put buyers first. So if a buyer asks for an item to be run in a tray, then I'll
Yeah.
go to that and be like, because who knows, they might have something to go to, but they want to buy the item, right? They might have
Yeah.
to leave, but they want to buy this at the price or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's like I'll run that for you if you're gonna buy it, but don't be asking me to run your own item because you're not gonna like you gotta wait in line like everybody
Yeah.
else, you know?
Hmm.
That's just rude.
Yeah.
Like I know we
No, I
all
get
got
that.
stuff to do, but like so so yeah, I'm kind, but I'm or sweet and I want to make sales for you, but I'm also not gonna have you take advantage of me.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. You got to know where to draw your line.
Hmm.
Absolutely. And it's okay to. If somebody got a problem with it, then they got a problem with it. You know,
Yeah,
they can leave. They can unfollow. They can like, you know what I'm saying?
all that.
Yeah, they ain't gotta, you don't have to be here. You don't have to be involved. You don't have to, like, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, plenty of other share show hosts out there.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. No, I
So,
love that.
but yeah.
That is dope. That take that time to help others. And I heard something about Gary Vee. He made a quote saying, what does he say? Winners, I think he says you can't stop a winner from winning, or winners will win, something like that. It was like
Hmm.
essentially a winner will win.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do. Like even with you, like Gary Vee talks about the reason he's so famous and so big and so, you know, all over the place is because, and the reason people buy from him, the reason that he does so well with the things that he sell, and the reason he has so much money, and the reason this and that. or so many people consider him and stuff like that, is because he gives all his stuff away for free. He gives everything away for free. Everything he knows, he gives it away for free. He tells people
Hmm.
how to do things. He tells people how to make money. He tells people how to do this, how to he gives all his tips and tricks and all those different things. He makes content and gives those things away for free. And so he says the best way to make money and to the best way to grow a brand and grow a business is to teach people how to not hire you. You're trying to teach people how to not hire you and to do it themselves. That's why people then consider him.
No, yeah. No, I get that. Well, I mean, like
Hmm.
that's also why like it's like there are certain posh people that I'm gonna support. Like I will
Hmm.
support, everybody that I can or be there for
Yeah.
everybody that I can. But
Hmm.
Rose especially is someone who like she like took me under her wing, right? And
Hmm.
she taught me how to bundle, she taught me how to do all this stuff.
Yeah.
And she's like even taken time out to call me and like tell me about stuff. And I really appreciate that. And then
Wow.
she's like, make sure you go and do the same for other people.
Yeah.
Like, like tell people how like there's newbies up in here. They don't know what to do. Like just be kind to people, tell them what to do,
Yeah.
you know. Make sure they're not taking advantage of you, but tell them what to do. Tell
Yeah.
them how to do stuff. Tell them how to get
Hmm.
back in the tray. Tell them all the different tricks, things about Poshmark.
Yep.
Um, I mean, especially for me, is like I'm new to the Posh shows. Like I'm new to these shows. I'm new to the auctions. But
Yeah.
I've been on Poshmark for a long time, so I know how
That is you?
like
Oh, okay.
stuff
Go ahead. I'm
goes.
sorry. Yeah.
Okay, like I know how stuff goes. Like I know how to do stuff on there.
Yeah.
So like I'm happy to teach people
Yep.
if they want to learn. Like if you want to learn, I'm happy to teach you. Because you may as
Exactly.
well. Like I mean, if you don't want to
It
do it,
work.
like this is again, if you don't want to do it, I'll
You
take your
okay?
stuff and sell it for you. But
Yeah.
if you want to do it, I'll help you, teach you how to
Exactly.
like make your own thing so you can make money.
Exactly. Exactly. Like that, so that they don't have to hire you. But you people find, and this is where it come in. People think that if you teach people how to do what you know how to do, and you tell them all your secrets, all your tricks, then they won't hire. Like you have people who are like,
Yeah.
yeah, they won't do this, or they won't, and so they try to like keep things back because they're like, well, yeah, like no,
And
I
maybe they
gotta.
won't. But at the end of the day, like
Hmm.
at the end of the day, the people who really want
Exactly what you have.
what
Yeah.
you will come and we'll support you and we'll
Exactly.
like
Exactly.
it's more about it's more about the support than it is about the
Exactly.
actual like product
Exactly. And that's
because
what I'm, yep.
yeah.
Yep. Hmm. You're right. Like, and because you're gonna get yours. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get yours. Like, some people
Hmm.
literally think they gotta step on other people's necks in order to progress. It's like, nah, I'm only gonna tell Kay this much, or I'm only gonna help her this much, but everything else, nah, you're gonna have to learn yourself because I don't want you to get better than me. You may have somebody who's in Poshmark and they're like, oh, I don't want to. That's such a stupid way of thinking.
There are people like that though, there really
That's
are
crazy.
that though that they don't want you to do better than them.
That's
And I just
stupid.
that's I mean it's in life, it's in everywhere, you'll find people
Yeah,
like that all the time. And it's just I think it's a sad way to live.
it's a stupid way to live.
Well, it's sad though too because it's like because then in the end,
Hmm.
I feel like you're sad as well
Exactly.
because you feel like you have to be better than this person. Why do you have
Yep.
to be better than them? Like why
Yep.
can't you both succeed?
Yep. Yep. Exactly.
Like why can't you help each other and lift each other up? Why do we have to have this
Yeah, this competition, this
competition?
and
Mhm.
competition isn't bad. Actually,
No,
competition is good.
it is, and it's important.
Yeah.
Are certain aspects where competition is like necessary and needed. Like
Exactly.
sports would be no fun to watch if
Exactly.
everybody won.
Exactly. Yep.
Like there is
Yep.
certain areas where competition is necessary and it's
Necessary.
important to learn how to do it, but it's also
Yep.
important to learn how to like with those things to learn how to win gracefully and to lose gracefully.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I agree. Like I said, you can't stop a winner from winning. They're gonna win. They're gonna win, and they're gonna win in the way that they're gonna win. You may make 10 million on Poshmark, someone else may make 1 million, and that's fine. It's just like everyone wins in their own way, but you're also not trying to be somebody else, nor should somebody else try to be you, or just because you said,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, your mentor is doing what she's doing, doesn't mean that you're gonna get to where she is, or you may surpass her, but she shouldn't be mad about that.
No, and I don't think she would be.
Yeah,
Like, I mean, the vibe I get from her, I don't think she would
yeah,
be super happy.
good, yeah.
I mean, she
That's
was really proud of me yesterday. She was like, because I made sales. Not only did I make sales for me, I made sales for her and for a couple other people in my show.
yeah,
So,
hmm
so it was great.
yeah. That's
Um,
dope.
I mean, even if my sales were, I mean, I had a couple of new sales from people, but some of the
Yeah,
sales were actually from her. Like she
yeah,
was like basically giving back the support I had given to her already. Like
yeah,
she's like, I'm gonna buy some of your stuff because you
yeah,
were mine, you know?
yeah, yeah,
Which I think is great.
yeah,
It's really
yeah.
nice.
That's what it's about. Helping each other.
Yep.
Like you literally have people, like I said, who put their they feel like they have to, in order to be the tallest building, they have to knock everyone else's building down. And then you have other people who just build the tallest building.
Yep.
you know, and they build it. But you have some who think that they have to tear everybody else down in order to build, and that's stupid. So shout out to you for doing that, for helping others, and not, you know what I'm saying, being this person who's like, no, I'm not going to tell anybody my secrets. I'm not going
I
to help
mean,
anybody.
might be a few like um things that I keep to myself, especially like my lowest prices.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
keep those things to myself because I do
yeah,
still make some money, but uh,
yeah, and you have that right.
but like to help you like figure out how to do your own and
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
uh,
Yeah,
yeah, I'll definitely help you
yeah.
with that.
You're not keeping things away from people because you don't want them to win. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's horrible.
Yeah.
To think
Yeah.
that way, to go ahead.
No, 100%.
It's horrible. Like, I'm not going to tell you nothing because I don't want you to win. Yeah. And like you said, you have people that do that, especially in corporate. I've been there tons of times and had experienced that. But,
Mm-hmm.
but it's stupid because at the end of the day, you hurt yourself. You end up hurting yourself.
Yeah. What are you
hmm
eating?
Don't do that.
No,
Don't
what are
do
you
that. No,
for
this is
real?
not fitness.
I want to know.
This is not fitness. All right, I love you. Drive safe. Well, actually, I'm having with this chicken teriyaki bowl, and then I'm also having zero sugar fudge strip shortbread cookies. Mm-hmm.
That sounds good.
Mm-hmm. It's one of those frozen dinners.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. So
I
I'm whipping
made
this up.
made tortellini today.
Really? What's tortellini?
Um, it's a pasta.
Mm.
And then I had prosciutto and peas and like
Mm.
a white sauce.
Come on, now you made it from scratch.
No, it was a HelloFresh meal, and like the
Mm.
tortellini came in like a package already.
Oh, okay. Made it easier for you.
Yeah, it was like a 15-minute meal
Oh,
because
wow.
which is really nice because I was really hungry when I came home from the gym.
Wow.
And
I'm sure you will.
I didn't feel like making an hour meal
Yeah.
like today.
Mm. Wow. I'm proud of you. Are you really liking those HelloFresh meals?
I do like them, yeah. I really do. Um,
Like,
I just
you ain't
had
throwing up. Like, you're not throwing up once you get like.
oh no, oh my gosh,
All
they're so good.
right.
There's only one meal that I haven't liked.
Okay.
Um,
There we go. Now we got some honesty. There we go.
no, there was one meal
I'm
that
wrong.
I didn't like. Like
hmm
it wasn't terrible. It just was not that great.
That
So
good. Yeah.
I was like, I'm not ever getting this again. Like, I'm not gonna
Yeah.
pay to get this again. I'm not gonna pay to make it because I don't
Yeah.
like it. But I did make this pork chop meal the other day.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, that was
Really?
amazing.
A HelloFresh pork chop meal.
Hmm.
Mm.
Yeah, it was pork chops and it had couscous on the side.
Wait, it
Mm.
had who? No,
Couscous,
no, you gotta say that again. Say it slow.
couscous.
Oh, I was like, I didn't know what you said. It had couscous. Like, what?
It was really good. I like
Somebody
couscous.
lying.
No, the only person that sometimes exaggerates in this call is you.
Don't do that. Don't do that. You low down.
No, because you're the one telling people I'm the owner of Poshmark, and that's not true. You
That
telling
is
people,
definitely true.
you telling people I have a $1 million painting, which
Right? Oh, I sure did. If you selling it for $1 million, you're gonna be surprised. One day you're gonna be like, Trey, thank you. Somebody just bought it for $1 million. Watch.
I never signed no contract though. You're not getting that 50%.
Don't do that. Okay? I was just about to ask for my cut. Don't do it. Give me what's mine. No, but I love it. I love it. Um, I think what you're doing and what you do is admirable to say the least. Like, and even just you helping me, like I know we're recording, but I'll say this. Like, you've offered to help me with Poshmark. You've offered to teach me
Yeah,
the ropes, like that's amazing. And you offer and you ask for nothing in return.
I mean,
I
you
mean, yeah.
want to give me something in return?
Mm. Yes, you ask for nothing in return. Yeah, no, I'm fine. I started making money. Jay, I see you just sold about 10 items. I said, get $100. Well, let me find out you recruiting people.
Who am I recruiting?
Hmm.
For what? Recruiting for what, Trey?
Let me find out you got this marketing chain going up this. You got all these people underneath you.
You didn't even put my referral code in, so it doesn't matter.
Mm-mm. Don't do that. You know I tried.
It's okay. That's why I don't care. I've actually shared the app with a lot of people, and
Hmm.
there's been plenty of people who have forgotten to put in the referral code, and it's totally fine with me. Like it's not that big of a deal.
You put a lot of people onto Poshmark?
Yeah.
Wow. Hmm.
I mean, some of them have stuck with it, some of them haven't. Some of them decided it was too much for them, so they decided to give me their stuff because they were like, I just don't like listing stuff. They were like, I hate listing the stuff.
Be honest with you. I did some on eBay, and I think I hate it. It's like posting.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
It's like posting. I actually don't like it.
That's exactly why I had a feeling. And so
I think I
that's
may give it to you.
no, that is why I do the consignment.
No.
Because there are people that just hate listing. And
Hmm.
that's why I do the consignment because I actually enjoy it. I have fun with it.
So you're not lying when you say you'd be posting like the posting that you do for my brand. You actually enjoy it.
I'm not lying, Trey.
You're not lying. So this time I thought you kept lying. No, I'm playing. But that's good to hear.
Yeah, I do think we might have gotten off track on motivation. I mean, this could still be motivating, hopefully, but
Yeah, but it is a little entrepreneurish.
we get a little off track.
It's all good. But but again, I will say, shout out to Rain. Again, I'm gonna put this in a snippet, but I'm gonna just shout her out again because I admire her
Yeah.
saying that, like she said that literally before I hopped on the call. And she was just like, I just got tired. She and for her, that ended up being the age of 40, you know?
No, I completely understand that. I've heard other people say the same thing. It's just like I've heard that sentiment a lot actually. It's just like you
Hmm.
get tired of being um what somebody else wants you to be.
Yep. Yep.
And like tired of thinking about what other
Yep.
people think.
Yep.
And you never should have to think about what other people think. Like, I mean,
Yep.
like you do, like in a sense, like there is still like, do unto others.
Consideration. Yeah.
Yeah, do unto others as you would have them do unto you.
Exactly.
But like that's more like, yeah, it's being considerate, it's being kind and,
Hmm. Hmm.
loving. It's all of that rather than like, you know, how is this person gonna think if I what is this person gonna think if I quit my job? What is this person gonna think
Exactly. Exactly.
if I do this? If I
Exactly.
do this for myself, if I
That
wear
has
this.
nothing to do with you being kind with it, being kind to them. Like it's
Right.
like
Yeah, it has nothing to do with any of that. Like,
no.
when it has nothing to do with that. Or what are people gonna think if I post, I'm over
Hmm.
what are people gonna think if I post about my fitness journey or post
Hmm.
about this journey in my life?
Hmm.
What if they don't like it? What if this and that and the other? Like, but what if they do? You
Yeah.
know? And what if you are just inspiring one person?
Yeah.
What if only one person sees it and they get an inspiration from that
Yeah.
to go and do something with them?
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
is that not enough?
Enough. Yeah,
Is that
exactly.
not like exactly what this is for?
Exactly.
Like, whether you reach 1,000,000 or just
Yeah.
one person, you don't know
Yeah.
what that could do for that one person and
Yeah.
how many other people that person could reach because of you.
Yeah. I think people's priorities are screwed up. We're worried about the wrong things.
Hmm.
I think that's why I think that's why a lot of people mental health are messed up. They're worried about the wrong things. You can go
Yeah.
into, what I'm saying, some of it is definitely, physical. Don't get me wrong, that's there. But I think a
Mhm.
lot of people are struggling mentally because they care about they're over fixated on they're over fixated on looking good to someone else. It's like, well, who cares about them?
Right.
The moment you get there, the moment your mental health, I think, just skyrockets.
Hmm.
Or at least you got to start with that. Worry about
Yeah.
all the medications and stuff later, but start there.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
No, it's true.
because that's the first thing you can do is assess yourself. Okay, am I caring about people? Am I like start there
Mhm.
instead of, and I think a lot of people can make excuses for caring about what people think with the medications. So it's like, oh, I need this, I need that, when those may not even be the issues.
Yeah.
So it definitely is a level of self-evaluation,
Hmm.
sitting down with yourself. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think you always have to. You always have to
Yeah.
take time to like evaluate yourself.
Yep.
Um, yeah.
And a lot of people run from that. A lot of people do not want to be alone.
They
You know,
do. Yeah.
they do not want to be alone. They'll be like, I know people who they'll get mad at you for telling them anything about themselves. Like, and they'll try to cut you off. And it's almost like delusional. It's like, man, like you should have a little more compassion. You should have a little more grace. This and that. And they just flip out on you. Like you didn't just like you didn't curse them out.
Yeah.
Have you had that? Have you met people like that? That I'm talking like it's like you can't say nothing about them.
Yeah, I mean there are people like that. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, I know that I didn't used to take criticism very well.
Really?
Mhm.
Wow. So you would be
Yeah,
one of those people that just flip out.
I don't know if I would flip out necessarily, but it would affect me a
Wow.
lot.
Hmm.
Uh, So it's something that I've definitely worked on is being
Wow.
criticism,
Yeah.
like constructive criticism.
Yeah.
Like there are certain things like, you know, and even sometimes I guess I think for me it was just learning what a person had to say. Like if it was constructive, as in like it could be helpful for me, like something that I could take on, or if it was just them being mean and venting their own insecurities onto me.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
'cause there is a difference. There is sometimes where
Definitely.
sometimes people will tell you their own faults and say that
Yeah.
that's um,
Yeah.
you know, I mean that happened quite a bit with my ex.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
so I mean, I guess like I think he would probably tell you, and I think in my marriage, I would not take criticism very well, but I
Yeah.
think also sometimes where his wasn't as constructive. It was more like just telling me how bad I was or wrong I was or that
Yep.
I was this or that. And actually, I think he was more describing himself than he was
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Like looking at it now,
Yeah.
seeing it now. Um, but yeah, I have met people like that who can't take criticism, who won't, um, you know, uh,
Own up. Own up to what they
I
do.
won't,
Yeah.
yeah, they won't
Yeah.
take accountability for their actions.
Exactly.
It really comes down to accountability.
Yeah. But, well, I'm in it here only because we have a few minutes before the next one, and that gives us a small interim. And
Uh,
so I appreciate you. Thank you for being vulnerable again. I think we just opened up again, and you never shy away from that. So thank you. Let's end it here. And we jump on the next one. Poetry.
you and poetry.
Let's do it. Love you.
Love you too. Bye.
Bye bye.